Hey everybody, here getting ready for your test on Friday, which, 3 of them down. If you want some good news, I think we only have like 8 tests for the whole year, so this would be 37.5% of your test done. That's great. I'm going to go through all the problems in your review packet step by step, so that if you guys have any questions, you can definitely look at them, check it out. If for some reason you don't understand why I did what I did, or you disagree with one of my steps, write down that problem and then send me an email, please, or send me a remind message so that I can help you out. We want you to make sure that you do your best on your test. All of the steps that I show you are the steps that you are going to need to show on your test. So if you have a question that has distributed property, like terms, variables on both sides, you got to add a number and then divide by a number, that's going to be a 5-point problem. 1 point for each of those steps that you show. So that's going to be really important for you to be able to show all of those steps. If you don't, I'm just going to carve up your test, which is not good. So make sure you're showing how you get to each one, okay? So really look at mine, model how I'm going to do this. This is what I want to see on your test. Number 1, we have -6 equals x over 2 minus 10. These first couple on here were just kind of 2 steps. Here's my x. I'm going to get rid of whatever I add or subtract. To get rid of minus 10, I'm going to add 10 to both sides. -6 plus 10 is going to give me 4. And those are going to cancel out. And then we got to get rid of divide by 2. So I'm going to need to multiply by 2 on both sides. Those will cancel out. And x is by itself, and x is just going to give me 8. It's a little light. Let me see if I can find a better marker. I'm sure one of these works good. Yeah, that'll be better. Okay. All right. So that's the first one. Number 2, 10 minus 6x equals -104. I'll try to write a little bit bigger on there so you can see it too. Okay. So again, just a 2-step. I want to get x by itself. I have to get rid of the number that's next to it by adding or subtracting. Be careful here. This negative sign goes with the 6. Right? So to get rid of positive 10, I need to subtract 10 from both sides. That's going to leave me -6x. Make sure you don't lose that negative when you come down. And then -104 minus 10 is -114. And then divide by -6 on both sides. A negative divided by a negative is going to give you a positive, and that's going to be positive 19. Now, just as a note, remember that on your test on Friday, you can check the answer to all of these problems. So you should know if you got 100% when you turn in your test. If I take 19 and I plug it in for x right here, -6 times 19 is -114 plus 10 is -104. If you plug it in for x, it should come out to be the same number on both sides of your equation. If it's not, you did something wrong, okay? All right, number 3, we have 6x minus 15 equals x, or 1x minus 30. All right, so this time I'm always kind of following my checklist, which my checklist, here, follow me to freedom. In my class, I just have this up. So my checklist is clean it up. If I want to clean anything up, I'm going to distribute, then I'm going to add like terms, and then I'm going to get rid of a variable if there's variables on both sides, and then it should leave me with a 2-step equation. I'm going to follow that for every single problem I do. And sometimes it's not going to apply, which is fine, but sometimes it will. So I have no distributed property. I'm going to bam here and here at the opposite. I do have variables on both sides, so I'm going to get rid of 1x. To get rid of a positive 1x, I need to subtract 1x. So 6x minus 1x is going to give me 5x plus -15 equals -30. And then from there, it's just 2 steps. Add 15 to both sides. 5x equals negative 15. And then divide by 5. And x equals negative 3. So that one had an extra step in there because of the x's on both sides. And I definitely want to get rid of an x from either side before I get rid of one of those constants. Good. All right, number 4. Negative 9x plus 1 equals negative 80. All right, 2-step equation. I want to get x by itself. So I got to get rid of this number here. So I'm going to minus 1 from both sides. That's going to give me negative 9x. Negative 80 minus 1 is negative 81. And then divide by negative 9. And x is going to equal positive 9. Negative divided by negative is positive. That's where I got 9 from. Very nice. Number 5. 6 equals x over 4 plus 2. Here's x. Again, if you want to switch the equal 6 to this side, you definitely can do that. That's part of the first things that you can do. I'm just going to leave it. Get rid of the plus 2, so I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. 6 minus 2 is 4. And then to get rid of divided by 4, we're just going to multiply by 4. Multiply by 4 on both sides. And that's going to give me positive 16. That's number 5. All right, number 6, finally we had some distributive property in the mix. And we know that that is like the first thing we need to do. So we have negative 243 equals negative 9 times 10 plus x. All right. Again, if you wanted to switch and put this on this side, you totally can do that. I'm going to distribute. So negative 9 times 10 is negative 90. Negative 9 times x is negative 9x. And this is still negative 243. And then it's just a 2-step equation from there. We don't have any like terms over here. We have no like terms. So if I have x, I want to get rid of negative 90. I need to add 90 to both sides. That's going to be negative 153, I think. Yep, equals negative 9x. And then I just divide by negative 9. A negative divided by negative is going to give me a positive, and that's going to be 17. There's that one. All right, number 7. Make sure it focuses in there so you can see it okay. All right, number 7. Number 7 got some kids in class when we worked on this yesterday. So we got x minus 4x equals 2x plus 1 minus 5x. So this time I don't have any distributive property, but you can see I definitely have some like terms. And remember, I can combine my like terms and add them together only if they're on the same side. So I'm going to be really careful with my signs here. 1x and negative 4x would give me negative 3x's. 2x and negative 5x would be negative 3x, and then I still have this 1 over here. And then I notice that I have variables on both sides, so I want to get rid of a variable. But if I get rid of this one, there's nothing left over there. So I'm going to choose this one, negative 3x. I'm going to add 3x to both sides. But when I do that, they both cancel out. So this is the first one where that happened, right? Remember, if our variables both cancel out, all the variables are gone from the problem, we know that's a special case. There's 2 special cases we talked about. To see which one it is, let's see what we have left. Over here we have 1. Over here there is nothing, so the math term for nothing is 0. 0 does not equal 1, so that is a no solution. Remember, if those numbers turn out to be the same, that would be infinite solutions, which we'll see later. However, this time, our variables canceled, numbers are different, no solution. Good. Almost done with the front. Number 8. (3x plus 18 equals 4 times 5x minus 9). Okay, I'm going through my checklist, and I'm going to distribute first. 4 times 5x is 20x. 4 times negative 9 is negative 36. This side, nothing happened. Like terms, no like terms in this case. So then I see variables on both sides. I would want to get rid of a variable, so I'm going to minus 3x. So that gives me 18 equals 17x minus 36. And then from there, it's a two-step. Here's x. I want to get rid of minus 36 or negative 36 if you bam bam. So I need a positive 36 to get rid of that. That's going to give me 54 equals 17x. And then when I divide by 17, I get a decimal. So we do not want to write a decimal on our test, ever, 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 ever. I'm just going to leave it as the fraction 54/17. If it's simplified, I would definitely want to simplify it, but this time it does not simplify, just 54/17. All right, that's the front. Let's go to the back. Number 9. Let's see, we have x minus 4, negative 9 plus x. So in this case, I don't have the distributive property, no like terms. I do have variables on both sides. This one's pretty easy, right? If I want to get rid of a variable, I'm going to subtract 1x. Subtract 1x. They both cancel out again. This time, again, I am left with different numbers. Negative 4 does not equal negative 9. So this is no solution again. And I don't care on your test if you write the word no solution or if you write the symbol, both of those are going to be fine. It's up to you. All right, number 10. We got the first good one. That's not even that good, really. 3x plus 11. 3x plus 4. All right. So we're going to distribute on both sides this time. 4 times 3x is 12x. 4 times 11 is 44. 5 times 3x, 15x. And 5 times 4 is 20. And then you're going to want to get rid of an x because you have x's on both sides. I usually get rid of the smaller one, so I'm going to minus 12x from both sides. That's going to give me 44 equals 3x plus 20. And then from there we have a two-step. Get rid of 20. I'm going to subtract 20 from both sides. That's going to give me 24 equals 3x. And then divide by 3. And x equals 8. All right. Very nice, very nice. Number 11. We got 8x minus 6 minus 7x equals 6 times quantity x minus 1 minus 5x. All right. Yep, that all fits on there. We're good. All right, now this one has a lot of steps, so I'm going to be really careful with my signs here. And I notice I have distributive properties, so I have to do that first. So 6 times 1x is 6x. 6 times negative 1 is negative 6. And then we got this going on. And then I'm going to check, do I have like terms? I do this time on the same side. So 8x and negative 7x is just 1x. That's negative 6. Over here, 6x And negative 5x is just 1x, and that's negative 6. And you might notice it right there, but you might not. So if you didn't and you wanted to get rid of a variable, we would subtract 1x from both sides. And I would notice that they both cancel out, but this time I'm left with negative 6 equals negative 6. And that is true. They do. They are the same thing. So my answer here, my other special case, is infinite solutions. Do not just write the infinity sign. If the answer is not infinity, it's infinite solutions. I can have an infinite amount of solutions for this case. All right, number 12. We got 6 equals 1 minus 2x plus 5. No distributive property. We do have some like terms over here. 1 and 5 is going to give me 6. And then it's just a two-step equation from there. So here's x. I'm going to get rid of this plus 6. I'm going to minus 6. That's 0 equals negative 2x. Now some people said no solution right here, but that's not true. Because I still have my x. So I can keep solving that. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2, x equals 0. You are allowed to get 0 for an answer, okay? So only if my variables cancel out is it going to be a special case. In this situation, I still had x, so I know I could keep solving. All right, 13, only 6 more to go. X minus 1, 5x plus 3x minus 8. All right, no distributive property, but I do have some like terms. Over here, 5x plus 3x is going to give me 8x. And this is the same. And then I have x's on both sides, so I'm going to minus 1x from both sides. So negative 1 equals 7x plus negative 8. And then I'm going to add 8 to both sides. So negative 1 plus 8 is 7. And then I divide by 7. And x equals just 1. That was a pretty good one. Everything except for distributive property. All right, number 14. Five x plus 34 equals negative 2 times 1 minus 7x. All right. So let's see, distributive property. Be careful with my signs first. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 7x is positive 14x. And then I have x's on both sides. Again, I'd always get rid of the smaller one first. So I'm going to minus 5x from both sides. That's going to give me 34 equals negative 2 plus 9x. And then just a two-step. I want to get rid of negative 2, so I'm going to add 2. So 36 equals 9x. And then I divide by 9. And x equals 4. Awesome. 4 more to go. Number 15. Let's see, we got 5x plus 5 equals 3 times the quantity 5x minus 4 minus 10x. All right. So I have some distributive property. I'm going to be careful with my signs. Those minuses and negatives are the same. So the sign stays the same. 3 times 5x is 15x. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. And we don't do anything to negative 10x. It just stays the same. And then I still have some like terms on my right side. So I want to do that. 15x and negative 10x is going to give me positive 5x. And then I have variables on both sides, but as you can see, if I subtract 5x to get rid of it, it's going to cancel on both sides. So that means it must be a special case. I'm left with 5 equals negative 12. And so that is going to be a no solution. All right, number 16. Six times 3x plus 1 minus 30 equals 3 times 2x minus 4. All right. Let's see here. Change my minus signs. I'm going to distribute 6 times 3x is 18x. 6 times 1 is 6. And then I got to distribute over here. 3 times 2x is 6x. And 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. And then it looks like I have some like terms over here. 6 and negative 30 would be negative 24. This side stays the same. And then I have variables on both sides, so I'll get rid of probably 6x. I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides. That's going to give me 12x plus negative 24 equals negative 12. And then if I want to get rid of negative 24, I'm going to add 24. So 12x equals 12. And then divide by 12. And all of that work, just find out that x equals 1. Whew! Running out of steam. All right, 2 left. We got 4x plus 19 equals 51 minus 4x. Now, at first glance, this might actually look like a special case. But notice that if I want to get rid of minus 4x or negative 4x, I can add 4x. And that's not going to cancel out. That's going to give me 8x over here. And that's why we actually solve these problems instead of looking at them. To get rid of plus 19, we're going to subtract 19. That's going to give me 8x equals 32. And then divide by 8. And x equals 4. And the last one. Let's see, 14 equals negative 4 times quantity 10x minus 4. And then, let's see here. Distribute negative 4 times 10x, negative 40x. Negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. And then I would, 2 steps, so minus 16 from both sides. That's going to be negative 2 equals negative 40x. And then divide by negative 40. That's going to simplify. It's definitely a fraction. If they're both negative, we know that means it's a positive. And then 2 goes into both, that'd be 1 over 20 for your solution. All right, so if you didn't get some of those, that's okay. What I would try to do is maybe, write down these answers or something and then try it on another piece of paper and make sure you can get to what you did. And if you get stuck, you can watch my steps again and help you step by step how you're going to get there. This is very similar to your test. Your test, I think there's going to be 15 total equations you have to solve and then just answer a couple other things. Make sure you read the instructions before you open it. Some of you did not do that last time. Don't be impulsive. Just be patient and read. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys are ready for your test tomorrow. Practice what you have. If you need something else, let me know. Otherwise, good luck tomorrow. We'll see you later.